When we talk about CBRN threats, we are using a classification that exists across multiple national and international agencies. Each agency looks at the same 4 hazard families, but each one focuses on a different angle of the threat. Understanding these perspectives helps you see how broad the CBRN mission really is. The DHS Countering Weapons of Mass Destruction Office defines CBRN as chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear hazards that require specialized monitoring, detection, and coordinated response to protect the homeland. Their mission centers on technology, intelligence, and direct support to federal, state, local, tribal, and territorial partners. The United Kingdom's National Protective Security Authority focuses on the malicious use of these materials. Their definition highlights intent. Poisons, infectious agents, radioactive contamination, and nuclear effects can be used to cause harm, disruption, or destabilization. Across the European Union, the CBRN Centers of Excellence underline that these hazards can emerge either accidentally or intentionally. Their concern extends beyond life safety. CBRN incidents can damage health, economic stability, environmental integrity, and national resilience, which is why preparedness becomes a shared responsibility across borders. The International Committee of the Red Cross brings a humanitarian perspective. They focus on the consequences of CBRN hazards during conflict and crisis. Their work guides protective strategies for civilians and responders who operate in unstable or hostile environments. Even though all 4 hazard families live under one label, they behave in completely different ways. Each one has its own physical properties, source, pattern, exposure route, symptom timeline, and treatment approach. A single classification does not mean a single response. It means a structured way to understand complex hazards and build the right defenses around them. This classification helps responders anticipate how an agent behaves. Chemical agents can injure within seconds. Biological threats may hide for hours or days. Radiological materials can contaminate surfaces and people without any warning signs at all. Nuclear events arrive with immediate high-impact effects that overwhelm entire regions. Because of this, the protective measures and tactics change with each hazard. You rely on personal protective equipment, decontamination, medical care, scene control, and disciplined decision-making. You use detection instruments as your early warning system. You coordinate with command to maintain safety and order when information is limited. Let's do a quick threat snapshot of each CBRN category. Toxic industrial or weaponized substances that harm the body through inhalation, ingestion, or skin contact. Created in industry, laboratories, or as military agents. Example, chlorine gas release in Syria in 2018. Symptoms can begin within seconds or minutes, depending on dose and exposure route. Living organisms or the toxins they produce that cause illness in humans, animals, or plants. These include bacteria, viruses, and biological toxins that can spread through air, food, water, or direct contact. Some occur naturally, others can be cultured or weaponized. Example, the 2001 anthrax letters that contaminated mail facilities and sparked a nationwide bioresponse. Biological threats usually hide before they reveal themselves. Symptoms often appear hours or days after exposure, which allows the agent to spread silently. This delay creates major challenges for early detection, containment, and treatment. Radioactive materials that emit ionizing radiation capable of contaminating people, buildings, soil, vehicles, and equipment. These materials can come from medical isotopes, industrial sources, stolen devices, or improvised radiological exposure devices. Example, the 1999 Goiânia radiological accident in Brazil, where an abandoned medical device led to widespread contamination and multiple fatalities. Radiological hazards do not cause immediate symptoms in most cases. The danger begins the moment radioactive material is present, because exposure accumulates over time. Responders rely heavily on detection equipment to identify the hazard and map out safe operating zones. High-energy events created by nuclear fission or fusion. These include improvised nuclear devices, military nuclear weapons, and catastrophic reactor failures. Nuclear events unleash blast effects, heat, prompt radiation, and long-lasting fallout. Example, the 2011 Fukushima Daiichi reactor incident that created off-site contamination and required a large-scale evacuation and sustained response. Nuclear hazards strike immediately. The first moments involve intense energy and radiation. Fallout arrives shortly after and can contaminate wide areas. Long-term impacts shape health, infrastructure, and environmental recovery for years. You now have a clear snapshot of each CBRN threat and how differently these hazards behave. That knowledge sets the foundation for everything that comes next. Now that you understand what these threats are, the next step is understanding why this training matters. In the following video, we shift from definitions to real-world impact. You will see why responders need this skill set, how past incidents shaped modern tactics, and why early recognition saves lives. When you are ready, move to the next lesson.